Hello there, Jason from the Pugilistic Anorak Club. This is a two-parter. Me and my partner in crime, Jamie Boyle, both going to talk about the decline of the British title. I'm going to start first off with the Dave Allen Ergovich fight of the weekend, which I don't understand because for me, Dave should have been fighting for a British title. You know, he's not world level. He's a lovely. I mean, I don't know Dave. He seems like a really nice bloke and he honest as well and tough guy. But you know, he was out of his depth there. Ergovich looked like he could have stopped it at any point. Had he, you know, after his best win before that was Johnny Fisher, Southern Area champion. You know, and Dave's at that sort of level. A bit obviously, he's better than Fisher, and he could easily have pushed for a British title because have a fight, win it, maybe a fight for the British title in Doncaster. Because that fight at the weekend, like, it wasn't competitive at all. I mean, he's got all them fans, filled the place up, 20,000 people. That wasn't a competitive fight. The fans, they must have been scratching their heads saying, what's going on? Because it was so one-sided. Ergovich could have stopped him at any point, it looked like. No disrespect to Dave, because he's tough and he took some heavy shots there. But, you know, that if he'd gone the other route, he'd have fought another guy, got a shot at the British title, got that fight back to Doncaster. You telling me they can't make money out of that? He's a very popular man at the moment, especially. He's you know, people would have tuned in, people would have filled the stadium. So I don't see the problem with that. But yeah, that's my little rant about the Dave Allen fight. But in general, the decline of the British title. I mean, people don't seem to be interested in it anymore. No one. Is it the fighters, the promoters, or the TV? I don't know. You know, back in my day, had I had the opportunity to fight for it, I would have snapped your hand off. Believe me. You know, to have that Lonsdale belt to keep, you know, I mean, unbelievable. You know, who would not want that Lonsdale belt? But and some of the best fights, been back in the day, the TV used to cover it all the time. We used to have Wednesday night sports night. It used to be fights. I mean, Kayla Gums is my favourite British title fight down at Alexandra Palace. I mean, we went down there. He's a West Ham man like myself. We went down to the Alexandra Palace as, you know, young kids. I was probably about 16, 17, and you know, and watched that fight. And you know, what a fight! I mean, brilliant. Great fight. TV loved it. The noise in the alley pally sold it out. What more do you want? You go back to some other years. I mean, some of the other classic great fights you've had. I mean, you can go back Finnegan, Conti, Cooper, Bugner. I mean, all these fights were massive on TV, massive, like filled out the stadium, bought the Albert Hall or the Wembley Arena. But you know, no one seems to be interested in it anymore, which is really sad. I mean, they're more interested in going skipping the British title, going for the Intercontinental title. What is that? I mean, what does that mean when you talk? So what do you do? I've got the Intercontinental title. What does that mean? Well, because I don't know. I mean, it's a belt. I suppose you can hold your trousers up with it, but what else is it? I mean, the British title, that Lonsdale belt, the oldest belt in the business. I mean, for me, that is the belt, and we should be getting the British title back on the TV. British title fights, two British fighters fighting on domestic, fighting on our land, fighting Wembley, you know, Albert Hall, wherever it is, football stadiums, Doncaster, wherever. But you know, get the TV and the people behind it again, because it's a great title. It makes more sense than intercontinental things that don't actually mean anything. You know, the old route, the British, the Commonwealth, European. What's the matter with them titles? They all seem to be skipped over for these other belts, which I don't understand. But I don't know. So if you agree with me, you know, tell me. If you don't agree with me, let me know. As I said, I don't know who's to blame for it. TV? Is it TV? Is it the fighters or the promoters? Maybe one of them will tell me. But I don't know. So that's my opinion, and my partner in crime, Jamie, is going to go into a lot more detail than I have, I'm sure, because he does like to go into detail. So listening to what he's got to say, you've listened to what I've got to say. Tell me what you think. When he's done, he's telling what you think, and we can open up a bit of a discussion about it, and hopefully try and make people talk about the British style and get it back on TV, get it back as the big fight as it should be. Thanks for listening to me.